Reporting for his first day as Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth stood by Trump's new orders.
It is directed at you.
The president also moved to put his mark on the U.S. military, removing diversity measures and putting transgender troops on notice in a way that seems to go further than he did in his first term.
Yeah, it's shameful. The rhetoric, it follows the kind of rhetoric we saw during the campaign.
On removing D.E.I. Inside the Pentagon.
Traveling back to Washington last night, President Trump signed a series of executive orders, including one calling on the Pentagon to begin pushing out transgender troops.
The lawful orders of the President of the United States will be executed inside this Defense Department swiftly and without excuse.
To ensure that we have the most lethal fighting force in the world, we will get transgender ideology the hell out of our military. It's going to be gone.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today I thought we'd talk about how President Trump dismantled institutional racism in 24 hours. Now that's a triumph for meritocracy. In a bold and transformative move, President Donald Trump in his administration's first days enacted a series of executive orders aimed at eradicating what he saw as institutional discrimination cloaked under the banner of diversity, equity, and inclusion, D.E.I. This decisive action not only reshapes the narrative around equality in America, but also marks a historic return to merit-based systems across various sectors. Here's an in-depth explanation of this monumental shift. Trump's vision for a merit-based America. From the onset, President Trump articulated a vision for America where opportunities are not dictated by skin color, gender, or other identity markers, but by individual merit, hard work, and talent. His approach was not just popular rhetoric, it was policy in action, reflecting a belief that true equality is achieved when everyone competes on an even playing field. Abolishing affirmative action, the beginning of fair play. One of Trump's first acts was the revocation of Lyndon B. Johnson's Executive Order 11246. This wasn't merely a policy adjustment, it was a profound statement on national equality. By eliminating race and sex-based preferences in federal contracting, Trump effectively dismantled what many viewed as systemic discrimination against white individuals and others not benefiting from affirmative action, for example, Asians. This move was celebrated by those who advocate for a society where jobs are awarded based on abilities rather than racial or gender quotas, thus fostering a true meritocracy where every American can aspire to succeed based on their own merits. The end of D.E.I. in federal government. Trump's decisive action against D.E.I. programs within the federal government was a clear indication of his intent to cleanse the bureaucracy of what he describes as discrimination under the guise of diversity. By terminating D.E.I. offices and placing those staff members on leave, he not only saved taxpayer money, but also redirected focus towards efficiency and competence. This was seen as a courageous step towards redefining equality in government service, where public servants are chosen for their ability to serve, not their demographic profile. Revolutionizing higher education. Understanding that education is the bedrock of opportunity, Trump prohibited federally funded universities from engaging in racial discrimination through DEI initiatives. This policy aimed to ensure that college admissions and faculty hirings are based on merit, not on fulfilling diversity quotas. The impact is profound, promising a future where students are selected for their academic potential and professors for their scholarly merit, fostering an environment where excellence is the only criteria for success. Ensuring safety and competence at the FAA. In an area where public safety cannot be compromised, Trump reinstated a merit-based hiring system at the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA. By ending what he called dangerous diversity hiring practices, he emphasized that competence should be the sole determinant for roles critical to safety. This move was widely praised for putting passenger safety first and ensuring that professionals in aviation are the best qualified regardless of their demographic background. Further initiatives enhancing meritocracy include civil rights realignment. Trump's appointments to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, like Andrea R. Lucas, were strategic, aimed at focusing civil rights enforcement on ensuring no discrimination, including what was termed reverse discrimination. This was a significant shift towards treating all discrimination claims with equal rigor, fostering an environment where true equality under the law could flourish. Clarifying gender policies. Policies clearly defining sex as biological at birth, aiming to create clarity and fairness in federal policies around employment, education, and healthcare. This was seen as a move to protect women's rights while also acknowledging biological realities in policymaking. Environmental policies. By discontinuing environmental justice program, Trump argued for an approach where all Americans, regardless of race and income, faced the same environmental regulations and protections. This was part of a broader narrative to treat everyone equally under environmental law. Military merit. Changes in military academy admissions focused on selecting future leaders based on merit, leadership potential, and physical and mental fitness, reinforcing the military's commitment to excellence over diversity quotas. Corporate accountability. Encouraging a review of private sector DEI initiatives through potential legal scrutiny was seen as a way to ensure that companies do not engage in discriminatory practices under the guise of diversity, promoting true equality in employment. Conclusion: a legacy of fairness. President Trump's actions were not about dismantling equality, but about redefining it and strengthening it in its true form. His initiatives were viewed by many as a heroic stand against institutional racism, not by promoting one group over another, but by ensuring no group is favored or discriminated against. His legacy in this area is one of striving for a system where every American, regardless of background, has the same chance to succeed based on their own merits. This move towards a meritocratic society was not only about policy, but about instilling a cultural shift towards true equality, where every individual's worth is measured by their actions, achievements, and potential, not by immutable characteristics. This bold vision for America, if continued and expanded upon, could lead to a more unified, fair, and prosperous nation for all its citizens. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.